Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am here today with Naeem Parsa, and making his debut, we have C's. What's going on, brother? How are you?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Today, we have a very, very good episode, okay? We are going to be discussing the hottest game in the sport, literally, El Clasico, okay? We know how the previous El Clasicos have gone. It's been a very, very good year as a Barca fan, I would say. But this one is going to be a spicy, spicy game because this is going to be literally for the league. Like, compared to what a lot of other people are saying, I do think that the league is still open because we have them to play, and it's only a 4-point gap, basically. So, El Clasico is the theme today. That being said, we are going to do our combined 11 between these two historic clubs, okay? But we are going to be focusing on the 21st century. We're not going to be doing any Cruyff, any Di Stefano in there, anything like that, basically, okay? Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We still are on our path to 100 subscribers, so like, share, and subscribe. As always, boys, okay, we're going to be going through different positions. We are going to be starting off with goalkeeper, okay? Who was in net for you?
Diego Lopez. Sorry, did I say Diego Lopez? I meant Iker Casillas.
Okay.
For me, this was unanimous. I just think Iker Casillas was a guy growing up. He's probably my second favorite goalkeeper after Neuer. I would even say like he's up there for first. So I just didn't even think of anyone else. He had to go in net for me.
The reason I chose this goalkeeper, I think he gets kind of a bit of a discredit because he was part of a golden generation that didn't do much with the team. Belgium. Courtois, in my opinion, is the best keeper in the last 20, 25 years. Since 2000. He doesn't get that much credit, but I mean, if you're watching their games right now or in the UCL over the years, he's had like man of the matches games where like he's saving the club in many ways. Like he's really saving their ass. I think he's a better goalkeeper than Casillas, bro. I think, let's say, like if he had a World Cup, Courtois would have been in like a top 3 conversation in my opinion, but he never got there and he won't be because of that reason. This guy saves him like so many times, man. It's insane.
So yeah, for me, it was for sure going to be a Madrid goalkeeper because only now Barca kind of has good goalies. But I definitely would have to agree with Parsa with Courtois just because he is the better goalkeeper, in my opinion. I do prefer Casillas personally, but bias aside, yeah, Courtois is just a better keeper overall.
Damn, okay. Yo, that's interesting. I didn't expect Mans to be going for Courtois. But like I do think he has a shout like in terms of like all time, bro. Like that brother's insane, I can't lie.
Yeah, he's crazy.
All right, well, that's interesting because I'll be honest with you, I had Casillas in net. Bro, like we're not going to do a 50-50 for a goalie. So I am willing to budge if no one else is. Both of them are class players.
Yeah,
but
I like Casillas more too. I mean, just the vibes, like the guy's a legend, bro. And I know Barca fans even rate Casillas, you know. And for Spain, after Neuer, he's my second favorite.
So then,
like,
do you think
favorite? Though I'm not saying better. I'm just saying my favorite, like personal, like.
So all-time goalies, would you have Courtois over Casillas then? Because technically that is what you're saying, bro.
On a club level, because we're doing it on a club level. No, all time I would say Casillas because what he did with Spain is, man, like Naeem said, like what he did with Spain is like very like that. All the players in that Spain team, bro, they were exceptional individually on the club level. They were for sure, but also that Spain team elevated their game in a crazy manner. So yeah, I mean club level, Courtois could be a top 5 all time in my opinion for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if you were to include like all career international wise, then I would put Casillas over Courtois, just because he was always Spain's number 1 and Spain's number 2 was Barca's goalkeeper. I forgot his name, the guy with the braids.
Yeah.
And like, but if we're talking just El Clasico, like best players, then yeah, Courtois.
Not fair. All right, then, yeah. No, I'm okay to budge, honestly. I ain't going to do a 50-50 on a fucking goalie, boys. So I'm okay to budge. Courtois, this guy stole KDB's girl. Now he's stealing my vote. But, you know, game's game. So we are going to have Courtois in as our goalie for this combined 11. All right? We are going to be continuing. We are going to go to left back position. Who was left back for you?
Man, this guy was a baller. Brazilian genius. Got to go Marcelo.
Fair.
I think he kind of changed the left back position for a while. Yeah. He was like low-key a pioneer of like that attacking and defensive left wing back. So I got to go Marcelo.
Yeah, no, Theo Hernandez's idol. It's got to be Marcelo. They say he's the best left back of all time, which I don't think he is. I still think Paulo Maldini is better left back, but I think he could be second best left back of all time, and he's up there. I think the other shot will be Jordi Alba, but I mean personally, I just prefer Marcelo. It was more fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think he's up there for the greatest. Like you guys said, he really did like revolutionize that role in many ways. Jordi Alba too. Like, I mean, I don't know, underrated, bro, for sure. He's good, but I think Marcelo just edges it here.
Yeah. Yeah. Clean sweep. I went with Marcelo as well. One of the best left backs of all time. Top 3 for sure, if not top 1 for some people. No, the technical quality this guy had was insane, man.
Insane.
You know
Oh, yeah.
that. You know the way that he would just his like first touch. There's a couple of videos. I forget. There's one where he literally just steps on the ball. I think.
Oh, I've seen those
I
ones.
Yeah.
think it was against Juve or something like that. But that was just so clean, bro. You know, like.
Yeah.
And this guy, he literally had the qualities to be like a midfielder, you know, like on the wing or something
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
That's how good he was going up. Yeah, honestly, like you said, shout out to Jordi Alba. I do think he's underrated, me personally. But I will never forget that brother crying at halftime at fucking Anfield. Disgusting. But that being said, I do think that he was underrated though. Overall, like
Jordy's on the bench. He's on the bench of the El
yeah,
Clasico best
yeah.
11.
Wait,
If Marcelo, yeah.
would
What?
you take Abidal over Jordi
No,
Alba
no,
or
no,
no? No.
Jordi Alba's our best left back of all time, bro.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Barcelona, personally. With what I've seen, there's some old mans in like the 50s and shit like that, but I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know,
them.
bro.
So
Balde is gonna be overtaking him soon.
maybe I hope so, bro. I hope so, you know.
That,
But
that man, that brother's talent.
yeah, but yeah. All right. So Marcelo is our left back. From left back, we are going to go to right back.
Danny Carvajal, bro. Ballon d'Or. Shouts.
d'Or
No,
what?
I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around. No.
Oh, shit.
No, Danny's good. Danny's good, but he's not that good. Danny Alves, bro. Again, like I think these two teams were definitely blessed with potentially having the best fullback in each position. I mean, this is one of the things about this X side that really stands out is like the LB and the RBs are crazy, bro. Danny Alves, I think. I don't know. I don't know if that brother is. Is he in jail right now? I don't know. But
Why you even
Yeah,
bringing that?
he fell off.
he fell off bad, bro. I mean, yeah, that kind of sucks. But still most decorated or not anymore?
Second, Messi is first.
Messi now. With the Burger League trophies.
Dani Alves, undoubtedly.
Dani
Like,
Alves.
I have nothing else to add. I think he's the best right back. Like, he has a shot to be best right back of all time. I think he's top 3 in my opinion. Just like that chemistry I had with Messi, like we were growing up watching that, like they would just be on the same plane. And I don't think I've ever seen something like that in my life. Just like Alves make a run, Messi would cut inside, just like they knew where each other was kind of going to go before the move was made. So Alves for me.
Has to be Danny Alves. After that nutmeg on Ronaldo, like, bro, that was game over for me.
Yeah. I
Just
remember
overall,
that,
he
bro.
was just like
That was crazy.
generational right back. Like him and Marcelo did like revolutionize those spots.
Clean sweep. Dani Alves, best right back of all time, in my opinion. Like you mentioned, Naeem, the link-up play that this guy had with Messi, it was like telepathic, bro. Those brothers knew exactly where they were. Dani Carvajal would be the next in line, I think. Yeah, like bench, right? But again, bro, all these players are class, man. It's actually insane the
I don't know. I
amount of
think
talent.
Koundé might have an argument for that soon.
Over Carvajal, bro?
Carvajal is just like another one of those Madrid like utility players, like Arbeloa, Nacho. Like he was just a little bit better than them. He was good. Don't get me wrong. Like he was phenomenal, but
Arbeloa's crazy, bro.
Arbeloa is actually crazy, bro.
bro, he was just another one of those. He was just a bit better than the utility guys. I loved Carvajal. Don't get me wrong, but he wasn't like phenomenal.
Okay.
Like yeah, right now he's on the bench, but give Koundé a few more years, he's probably taking his spot.
Okay, I rate that, bro. I rate that. Any Barca glazing is appreciated on this channel. That being said, so we have a full Brazilian left back and right back duo. We are going to be going to our center backs now, okay? So I'll be asking you guys for both your CBs. So, Naeem, what was your CB duo?
Sergio Ramos and Carlos Puyol. I think Ramos is pretty self-explanatory, man. He's probably Madrid's greatest center back ever, and Carlos Puyol, I would say he's Barca's best center back ever. I don't know if you agree with that, but I'm just going off pure nostalgia.
Yeah,
those two.
Man, gotta put Pepe and Puyol in there. I just like Pepe because he was like
Portugal bias.
Portugal bias, and he was just a complete center back, and he would just have those crazy crash outs in his early Real Madrid days. It's hard to distinguish between him and Sergio Ramos, but I gotta pick Pepe.
Solid duo. And then Parsa, what was yours?
Ramos and PK. I think PK is better than Puyol. He's more of a refined product than he was. Potentially the best, like one of the best ball playing center backs of all time. Underrated. People saw like a handsome tall guy, and they're like he's kind of loud, lazy, and kind of like looks a little like he was slow, and I think he just got so much hate for that. He didn't have to be fast. That's the thing people didn't understand. His positioning was exceptional, bro. United product, we got him to that level when we gave him.
Never played a game for United. I only ever saw him in training kits.
Yeah, bro, we
Ronaldo
messed
just
that up.
cracking
We
jokes.
messed that up. Yeah, and then the other guy,
Yeah.
Ramos, bro. Ramos, like you guys said, probably Madrid's best center back all time. Like exceptionally, like physically talented. Clutch goals, bro, in the box for headers. I think it just makes such a beautiful partnership between those two, bro. You kind of have a little bit of everything that you want.
My CB duo was, I will start off with someone that is unanimous in there, Sergio Ramos. Okay, we all had him in there. Yeah, one of the best defenders of all time. His career elevated a little bit as soon as he got a fade and grew out the beard. And then the other CB that I went with is Piqué. Honestly, in my opinion, Piqué is the best center back in Barcelona history. The era was social media because he was like toward the end of his career. He was downgrading a little bit, so that's when everyone started to make him as a meme. But yo, Piqué for me is the best center back. He's a Rolls Royce in my opinion, bro. Like fans will be like, oh, yo, like Ronaldo dribbled him and shit like that. It's like, yo, brother, like it's Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's
You know what
Ronaldo,
I mean?
bro, yeah.
Like one of the best passers as a CB. His tackling was amazing. His interceptions were amazing. He would always position himself in the right place. Yeah, my opinion, one of the best center backs of all time for me personally with what I've seen. He was just a Rolls Royce. Yeah. Sergio Ramos, like I said, we have two PKs, so PK is going to be the other center back in this combined 11, basically, boys, okay? Now, we are going to go to midfield. I feel like midfield is going to be a juicy one.
I just can't. Like, as much as I hate this guy, Busquets, I hate the way he looks. He just cheeses me, the way, just his face. But when I watch him play, it's like how I've always wanted to play. Just like not a lot of running, just a lot of like intelligence on the ball, a lot of feints and crazy distribution. I think he's like phenomenal. And then obviously Xavi and Iniesta, like just you can't go wrong.
Damn.
Like legendary midfield. Absolutely legendary midfield.
I rate it, brother. I rate it, brother. Alrighty, Naeem. Actually, no, Naeem, not you. Parsa, what is your midfield trio?
Let Naeem go first, bro.
No, I want you to go first. I want you to go first.
No,
I want you to go first. Yeah, I want you to go first because I know that you might switch up to make it juicy. What is your midfield trio?
Bro, so the CDM role, it was tough. Like I'm thinking Casemiro, Makalele. But like you said, man, like Boosie just made it so simple. Yeah. And again, like he wasn't like physically like crazy like for CDM, because a lot of people when they think CDM they're like he has to be strong, he's gotta be like physical.
Yeah.
But like this guy, man, like and the older I get, the more CDMs I see now, the more I realize like you can like bring in talent that is strong, but you can't teach what Boosie had. It was like talent, you know what I mean? Like it is really rare, especially in today's world where like having someone that can be like kind of like press resistant like that to be able to build up from the back is just so important, because teams press like crazy these days, and the pressing systems are just way more different nowadays. For my cam, bro, it was between Ozil and Iniesta. I think Ozil had like a short little stint at Madrid, but his assist to game ratio is insane. I think he's just like, what he lacked for me was that like ability to like contribute to the mid in general. He was kind of like a pure attacking mid. And I think these days you need someone with a little bit more of a work ethic in that mid to be able to function. So I had to go with Iniesta in that position, personally. The mid, bro, like it's a toss up. Xavi in his prime is better, but just to play the devil's advocate here and just to give something different, and I'll explain my reason why. I'm gonna go with Modrić, bro. I think defensively, he's more versatile. He also got to play under, like at a really elite level under more coaches, I would say, compared to Xavi, and he accomplished a lot. I just think he's a little bit more dynamic than Xavi was. Xavi, the way he sets the tempo is probably the best of all time. Way better than Modrić, but I'm just gonna take him. I'm taking him purely for those reasons, and just to spice it up a little bit, because I know a lot of people might be calling Xavi, like bringing up the same thing.
I got Luka Modrić. I got Xavi. I got Frank Kessie. No, it's Iniesta, man. My free midfield was more like, I didn't have a CDM. I had like the three pure CMs. You know, the three that the PSG three kind of have, like just more like they're more gifted. So I went with like Xavi, Iniesta and Modric. Like, just I think those three playing together will be just a thing of beauty to watch. Obviously, Xavi, I think he's one of the best center mids of all time. He's an orchestrator. He's crafted the way Tiki Taka worked under Pep. I personally think he's better than Pirlo. I think he's a lot better than Pirlo, actually. I think he's smarter. Like, his IQ. You ask any footballer like out there who has the brains, and it's most likely Xavi. Like, he thought of the game differently when he was out there. Luka Modric, just purely based off like his longevity. You know, Marca dubbed him as the worst signing of all time, but I think he sits at the table. I think he's a better Madrid midfielder than Zinedine Zidane by far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that's even close. But it's crazy to see his longevity. To see someone who's like 39, 40 still kind of balling out. It's mad. And obviously Iniesta, self-explanatory, man. I mean, a lot of us watched that goal in the World Cup. But again, World Cup aside, even for Barca, he was just so consistent, just so consistent up until the point he left for Japan. So you can't really discredit the consistency he had. And again, he had the same like connection with Messi. Like, he knew where Messi would be running, and Messi would know where he was running. And same type of telepathic connection that they would, the touch and go movement, like pass and go. They occupied those spaces together. It was really nice to watch.
Yeah.
No, for sure, bro. And then, all right, so my midfield trio, I went for the best midfield trio of all time, in my opinion. Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. Busquets, bro, I've never seen a DM like that, brother. Honestly, like, it was actually insane. I remember in 2009, Pep basically, so up until then, it was like Yaya Toure was the guy, you know, and Yaya Toure was elite, bro. Busquets is like, nah. This brother, he was like 20 or something like that, Busquets. This La Masia youth, I want him in there. Went in, played a UCL final, did whatever the fuck he did, and the rest was history, bro. Busquets was so good, man. This is my personal opinion, but I do think, like, CDM is the toughest position to play, in my opinion, just because, like, you need to, you need to be a step ahead of everyone, right? And the amount of pressure that you're gonna have in the middle, Busquets is literally the definition of that. He was always a step ahead of man's, bro.
Biscuits was like the best pivot from defense to offense.
Yeah. It was
He was
insane,
the best,
bro.
like, pivotal player.
Yeah, bro, and like he wouldn't dribble, but he had some techers in him as well, bro, where he would like send mans for a hot dog with literally one move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some great players, bro. So Busquets for me is the best CDM of all time, and I have him in there.
He knew his role perfectly. He knew what he had to do, where he had to be. He didn't overdo it. He didn't underdo it. He was just very consistent in his play, like, in his whole career at Barcelona. Even at, you can tell now he's a little bit lazier at Miami. They're all just chilling over there.
Yeah, those brothers are just fucking sipping mojitos or whatever and just chilling, bro. Probably whatever. But yeah, and then I had Xavi in there, the best controller of the game, in my opinion. For me, he's the best midfielder of all time, just because, like, I think it's so, like, the type of players that I love are the players that make everything look so simple, you know? And to me, Xavi was that, bro. Like, the way that he would orchestrate everything, you know? He could dribble as well. Like, his touch was insane. His turn when he was under pressure and everything like that. It was just, like, he was amazing. The passing range that he had a shot in him as well. But, like, he's insane, bro. And he was so pivotal to Barcelona. Like, literally orchestrated everything for us, bro. What else is there to say? He has an assist in the 2009 final, assist in the 2011 final as well. He has the record for the most assists in a campaign, like a season, like 30-something with what I remember. It was the 2009 season. He had 4 assists against Madrid in that 2-6 dub with what I remember as well. So, yeah, Xavi for me, best midfielder of all time, in my opinion.
Of course, it's that game, the one where Jeffrin scored as well? That's insane.
No, that was a 5-0. 4 against the 2-6 at the Bernabeu, where, like, Henry, Messi, Piqué scored as well. Yeah, he had 4 assists that game, bro. Basically.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so Xavi for me is the best, bro.
Pedri's gonna overtake him soon, bro.
Who?
Pedri.
I hope so. Like, for our sake, I hope so, bro. But it's gonna be very difficult.
Yeah, as long as if Pedri can stay healthy, then his career is like gonna be out of this world.
He's way more.
But he's a little bit of all three of them. He plays.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't really Barca doesn't really operate with a CDM now. They kind of have like the 2 in the back and let Pedri just like roam around.
Yeah,
like he's box to box everything. He's everything for Barca.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, and then Iniesta. For me, Iniesta and Xavi are like choosing between mom and dad, bro. One day I love Iniesta more, one day I love Xavi more. Like, it's literally insane, but they complemented each other so well. A lot of people think Iniesta is the best midfielder of all time just because he had more flair to him. Like, he was always the man that was dribbling, you know, doing like the fancy stuff. but he was also great at everything else, bro. Like he was great at passing, he was great at creating as well. You know, like he was insane. And yeah, not much to be said about that brother as well, bro. Iniesta, one of the
Everyone tagged the
greatest.
entire Italy team after he dropped the masterclass on them. He tagged like 6 mans around him. But dude, no. Shout out to Xavi for promoting a lot of the Barcelona young players that we see right now. Like he actually did promote a decent amount of them. I think Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi. I think there's a few more, but he saw some talent in them. So shout out there.
None of these guys were like athletes. They're all just like very good ballers. Like Iniesta looks like just like another bald, short dude. Like dad. Like I'm like, yo, I love Iniesta. He's like me. We have the same birthday and everything.
Oh really?
Yeah. Next Sunday.
Damn, this guy was born to be a baller, bro.
I was like, yo, I'm Iniesta.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's why I love them as well, bro. Because they prove that you don't need to be like physical as long as you're like ahead of everyone. You know, like
as long as you're fit and you know what you're doing. Like soccer is a game played mostly with your head.
Yeah. I think Pirlo said something like that, right? Your feet are just the tools, but like the brain is everything, right? So Iniesta was in there for all of us, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And then Xavi was in there for 3 of us, so he's in there. And then Busquets was in there for all of us, or no, 3 of us.
3 of us.
So so Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. That is our midfield trio. I'm very happy with that, boys. I can't lie. But shout outs to a couple of players. Toni Kroos, I was gonna say.
Yeah, Toni Kroos.
Xabi Alonso, I was gonna say for the CDM role. Ozil, as you mentioned, but so again,
Rakitic
a lot of different.
Was underrated, bro.
Rakitic underrated.
Fabregas.
Fabregas. Even Dara, bro, was proper.
So many good mids, bro. Casemiro at CDM was good there too. At Madrid.
Yeah. No, so many good. Zidane, but like in my opinion, Zidane's prime was at Juve, not at Madrid. Alrighty, boys. Okay, so we are going to continue. Let's start off with left wing. Okay, so left wing.
I gotta put my boy Cristiano Ronaldo because his and those Marcelo link-ups when he was playing left wing were like insane.
Yeah,
they were insane. So I'm basically basing my team off of like the whole right side's basically Barca, the whole left side's like Madrid, and in the middle is like a bit of a mix. But Ronaldo on the left wing, like that's when he was peak. Like after his injury, like he had one bad knee injury. After that, he adjusted to be more of a poacher and a striker. At his prime, he was untouchable.
Naeem, you're a left winger.
Ronaldinho. Come on, man.
Hey,
he's the magician. You even talk to like people who don't even watch the sport. They could tell you about his years at Barcelona, how good he was. Like I think Ronaldinho's prime where he made just such a name for himself. Because I remember the one clip that keeps coming up on my feed, man. Just like he's just dribbling past Gattuso and then Pirlo and Messi up there, like just bamboozling though. It's just crazy to me. And he did that throughout his tenure at Barca. So for me, he's got to be the left winger for me. I just had to have Ronaldinho on my team. He's one of my favorite players of all time.
Great shouts. I think this player is the most talented player of all time and better than Ronaldinho.
Neymar.
In my opinion. You got the Brazilian connection with Marcelo on the left. Iniesta's gonna be feeding him, bro. Man, what could have been if Aris didn't throw croissants at this guy and money and take him from Barca, bro. Crazy. Really, like that's honestly like, bro. Like I started to hate. Like I've always been a United fan, but like as a true fan, you appreciated that Madrid and Barca El Clasico. Whether you were a United fan, a Milan fan, whatever, El Clasico was where it was at. That was footy.
Clasico was like Super Bowl.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Super Bowl. It's coming back again too. It was kind of shitty, like a couple years, but I see that intensity again is coming back. Yeah, that's when I got pissed, bro, when they took Neymar, right? And it was Neymar's fault too. His ego got to him, probably his entourage, and like Brazilian players, they're inconsistent with that way. Like the shit gets to their head and stuff. So, his sister, cousin, whatever. Like, yeah, his sister. Those jokes kill me, bro. This guy brings out his daughter's wedding or his daughter's birthday. He's like
gambling or whatever.
Yeah, he's playing poker.
That shit pisses me off, bro. Like, I think he has more talent in him than Ronaldo and Messi. I thought he had it when you would see him play. So I have to put him there, bro. Again, like he was incredible.
Do you think he's better than? Do you think Neymar is better than Ronaldinho?
Bro, it's tough. I think Neymar had to dribble past a more compact and more organized like defensive systems. I think individually the defensive players back then were better individually speaking, but I think as a system, defensive systems were way harder to get past during Neymar's era versus Ronaldinho's. I do think he was more consistent and better than Ronaldinho. He didn't have the accolades and like the like the Ballon d'Ors to like be able to prove it. In that sense, Ronaldinho probably had the better career, but I think as a player, Neymar was better in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, Neymar was like a hybrid Ronaldinho with pace and like a lot more finishing capability.
Neymar was like a better playmaker for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Neymar.
Ronaldinho is more iconic, hands down, my idol. I love him. Like he like represents footy, bro. Like to so many people.
Yeah, he's just joga bonito.
Yeah, exactly, bro. He's culture. He's footy culture. But Neymar, when we're talking players, I think just like the consistency and what I saw, I think I would say Neymar.
Alrighty, interesting. So we have 3 different ones. Yeah, I'm not gonna change mine. Depends. Maybe when we go to striker, what we discuss. But for me, I had Ronaldo in there. Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. You know, one of the greatest players of all time. You gotta have them in there for what he achieved at Madrid. Honestly, not much, bro. Not much. No, I don't hate Ronaldo, bro. I just think that Messi is the GOAT, and I think Messi has always been the GOAT. That's my reasoning to it. That's the only thing.
You hate Ronaldo fanboys.
Of course, bro. The ones on Twitter and shit like that, bro. Fuck that, bro.
So you hate me.
No, I said the ones on Twitter. I ain't seen you on Twitter, bro.
Nah, I deleted Twitter back in high school, bro. Or else I would have been a menace.
A lot. But yeah, Ronaldo, bro, there's not much to say. Like, personally, I've said this before. I preferred Ronaldo at United over Ronaldo at Madrid. Not because he was at Madrid, but just because, like, he was more, like, of a pure winger and, like, the skillful winger compared to what he transitioned during his time at Madrid.
When he was at United, he was on both wings. Like, he started out as a right winger and then adapted to the left.
Yeah, and he was so flashy, you know what I mean? Like, he was a demon, basically.
Yeah.
Right? He has to be in there based off of what he did. Like, not much to say, you know, Mr. Clutch as well. So, let's go to right wing. Let's get that out of the way. All right. Right wing, I had the GOAT, my GOAT, the GOAT, depends. I had Messi in there. Naeem, who did you have in there?
So this guy's posters of Bojan Krkic on his wall. Kind of looks like him too. Messi. Greatest of all time. I don't think there's much to be said about that one.
Same, bro. Can't. What can I say?
It's just...
What did I say?
Crazy. Mans can't say anything, bro.
It's gotta be Lamine Yamal, bro. Come on.
Damn.
No, it's obviously Messi. Especially like if you were to actually like play this team that we have, Alves and then the Barca mid and then Messi on the right, like it's game over.
I don't even know. We're never gonna see. Most likely, we won't see that type of consistency. Maybe for a long time, maybe ever, bro. Like these guys were dominating the game for like 15 years or so, right? Yeah. So Ronaldo is left wing as of right now because 2 of us had him in there. We'll see with striker as well, but that's what we had, okay? Because we had 1 Neymar, 1 Ronaldinho, and 2 Ronaldos. So Ronaldo is our left winger, and then our right winger, like we said, unanimous Messi. Right winger, basically. Now we are gonna go to the striker position, okay?
Yeah, for me it was a toss-up between Ronaldo in the wing and Suarez down middle, or Ronaldo in the middle and Neymar on the wing. And I don't know, like I liked Neymar on the wing more. Like you kind of said, Ronaldo was like he was juicy on the wings and at United, but you know at Madrid he kind of like started to shift towards that more poacher, kind of like that striker role a little bit. And he's the greatest goal scorer of all time, in my opinion. When it comes to finishing ability, he can do it all. Not to say that Suarez can't. Suarez, insane bangers, bro. That Liverpool season was, I saw the guy say, like, I saw a video, it was like, he would have been bigger than Henry in EPL if he stayed. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is like the greatest striker of all time in some ways, you can say. But Ronaldo's the second best player of all time and the greatest scorer of all time, and I take that over the best striker of all time. So I threw him up top for me to be able to fit in Neymar and Messi, because I would love to see that.
Crazy, the second best player in the world. Remember when we met, bro? We would beef always about Messi and
Ronaldo.
Bro,
different times, bro. That fucking World Cup changed everything, man. That was that. I mean, after that World Cup, you can't argue it, bro.
Yeah, that robbery, like you can't argue after that.
7 pens or whatever. Yeah.
How many penalties? No cards. I don't know, man.
All right, Naeem, who was your striker?
It has to be Cristiano. He was a really good left winger, but if you really put the stats into perspective, he scored more once he started shifting, as a poacher, as a striker. Once he started playing centrally,
exactly.
like his movement in the box was just, I've never seen movement like that in the box. Like he could anticipate where the ball was going. Yeah, they say tap-ins, but like it takes if you go off tap-ins, like every striker in the world would have as many goals as Ronaldo. Like it takes
Look
a
at
certain type,
Hoyland, bro.
a certain type of person to like anticipate where the ball is going to go every single time. So one of the best poacher of all time, like Cristiano, I think as a striker, he scored more for Madrid than he did as a left winger. And yeah, as a left winger, he was like electric, more fun to watch, more samba or whatever. But for me, as a striker, I think he was a much better player than a left winger. So it's Cristiano up top.
Cease, who was your striker?
So originally it was also Ronaldo, but then that left wing kind of left me like Neymar, and then Neymar is like he's there, but in terms of like accolades and trophies and stuff he's won, I couldn't put him there. And because if I was actually going to play this team, I would rather have Ronaldo left wing and then Benzema striker. Ballon d'Or Benzema, he carried Madrid.
Yeah.
Not carried, but he captained Madrid to a Champions League without him. And they were interchangeable. They would switch up left wing striker back and forth. And just because I have a whole Barca mid, I got to have at least 2 Madrid players up top,
Yep.
Okay.
He's clinical. He's a clinical finisher.
Yeah.
Suarez is good too. Suarez is up there as well, but Suarez just
for sure.
Unless you're willing
not allowed.
We're gonna have to switch.
Why?
Because Ronaldo, we can't have 2 Ronaldos.
Yeah, I know, but it all
comes
depends
down
Does that
to
make him
you.
the GOAT?
It all depends.
Yo, he's playing
it all
Have him in 2 positions?
He's taking 2 positions.
Yo, Messi do that?
It depends on my vote as well.
Yeah, your vote determines.
Do I want to change it, bro?
Come to the Neymar club, bro. You know you want to.
Do I want to change it to put Ronaldo in the middle and take one of the left winger?
I know your striker GOAT is gonna miss out, but it's the right move. Trust me.
Nah, but surprised I didn't have my striker GOAT in there, bro.
Oh, okay. Tell me who were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Benzema.
Cheese.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
There's no way you were gonna say Benzema.
Benzema versus Suarez. That's a hot take, bro.
He's not a better player, bro.
But why?
We're basing it off what they did at these clubs, though. Don't forget
Suarez
that.
got a triple.
Yeah, okay.
Suarez he got everything.
Benzema has how many Champions League with these brothers? 6 or whatever. A Ballon d'Or with them as well.
This
he's up there for goals in the UCL as well, bro.
He got a Ballon d'Or. He did everything with Madrid. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
If I take Liverpool, if I take Ajax, if I take Atletico as well, what he did with them winning them the league as a fat wash player. If I take Uruguay as well, then Suarez is better, obviously. But if I'm taking based off of just what they did with these clubs, then there's not much I can do, bro. Benzema has goals, he has assists. He has trophies as well. Like,
yeah, fair.
If I was to be a biased man, I would say, put Ronaldo in the middle, and then we can take a Joga Bonito man in there. But I'm gonna stick to Benzema, bro. Benzema. No, let's keep it that way, bro.
Yeah, I had to stick to Benzema too, man. Just what he did for Madrid, especially after Ronaldo left, and like.
Damn, I don't know, bro. It's tempting, but no, I can't. You can't. There's no way.
I feel like Neymar ruined it for himself, or whoever was around him, like kind of forced his move out. Yeah, he should have probably got a Ballon d'Or at Barca that one year, but he didn't. He was always in Messi's shadow. Went to PSG, still under Messi's shadow when he came there. Like, bro,
crazy.
Went off his shadow.
Yeah,
like talent-wise, yes. Okay, Neymar on the left wing, and then Suarez striker, whatever. Because MSN was MSN. Like MSN, BBC, both were phenomenal. Like Bale on the right wing, like that's my second option after Messi.
We forgot to mention Bale, bro. Like as an honorable mention.
What a show! That's a great show.
No, Bale on the right wing, like even on either wing, because that what he did to Bartra in that Copa del Rey final, just like running by him, like the guy smoked him.
But even what he did for Madrid in UCL finals, bro.
Yeah. Bro, his bicycle kick was way better than Ronaldo's bicycle kick. Everybody forgets about Bale's bicycle kick. It was in a final. It was like top of the box.
It was insane, bro.
Going away from him, like, come on. And Ronaldo's like, I think I have the bicycle kick of all time. Like, bro, shut up.
We didn't even celebrate that one when Bale scored.
Right, I clapped when I saw that, bro. I was like, yo, like, fairs, man. That was fucking beautiful. That was insane.
Bro, I know Karius was in net. He had a howler of a game that day, but
crazy, bro. One game One game is all it takes, bro.
One
That brother
game almost
went.
made him off himself, dude. Jeez.
Yeah, that's actually insane, man. 2 votes, Benzema. So Benzema is going to go in there, and then Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be our left winger, like we said, basically, okay?
Should we do a coach?
I was going to say, do you guys want to do coach?
It's between Ancelotti and Guardiola for me. Like, I don't like Ancelotti because Ancelotti's style of play is just like, okay, put the best players out there and they can figure it out. He doesn't really have much tactics. It's always like a 4-3-3 kind of. You're kind of forced to play like a 4-2-2-2, whatever that like weird formation is, but it's usually a 4-3-3. Put the best players out there, they'll figure it out. Whereas Barca always had like a system. But I would say Pep, like, probably the goal coach.
Ancelotti's the greatest of all time as a coach, in my opinion. Just the number of Champions Leagues he's delivered for Madrid. Also, what he did in Milan was astronomical. He should have won more leagues, to be honest, but just Champions League cult history, Ancelotti's there, so I'm gonna go with Carlo.
I would say Pep Guardiola, bro. I think he created the best XI of all time. I don't think we're gonna get something like that ever again. Honestly, I don't know.
We might now. We might.
I don't know. I'm still like pessimistic. I feel like it was like one of those things where it's like a lot of luck, like a lot of like the right people at the right time. Just like it was like, you know, like the stars are aligned type of shit. Like Messi's there, like, you know, and like,
it was peak football because you had like Ronaldo and Messi, the two goats up against each other in the same league. Elclasicos were like you couldn't wait to watch Elclasico, whether it was like in the league, in the cup, Champions League, like it was just frequent. And even when they weren't playing each other, like watching like that Barca play was phenomenal. Even that Madrid play was also phenomenal. Like it was peak football, in my opinion.
Yeah. For me, Pep Guardiola as well, best XI of all time, in my opinion. First
if
coach
you had to go Aura, you got to pick Carlo. Like the eyebrow, always wearing the suit.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or Mourinho might be up there. I can't lie, bro.
Yeah,
Mourinho's toxic. Mourinho's a bit toxic though.
I know, bro, but
the Portuguese for some reason are super toxic. Like Ronaldo, Mourinho, João Felix, Bruno, like everyone's toxic.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Alrighty, so Pep Guardiola is our coach as well. There you guys have it. That was our El Clasico combined 11. I do want to reiterate, this is the 21st century that we did. But yeah, so let us know what you guys think of our picks. Let us know if you guys think we snubbed any players or anything like that, basically. And yeah, from everyone from Footy Gents, we will see you guys on the next episode, okay? Take care.